It was about 3 in the morning, and I make sure I was awake. I brought my flashlight, camera, my butterfly knife, and some food. The gas station's appearance and state were unchanged, but it looked eerie and dark. But I wasn't anxious. I thought, what could have happened to me? I was alone, and if anything happened, no one would know. I walked around the station. The papers and bags that were there before were gone. I went into the torn-down mini-mart when my camera stopped working correctly. It soon started to distort, and eventually shut off. Nothing like what has ever happened to any cameras before. I didn't find anything strange until I heard the sound of what seemed like a metal clinging to the floor. I looked behind me as a humanoid figure lunged at me. Whoever it was, it smashed my flashlight and messed up my leg. I was able to subdue the attacker in time. I had to crawl back to the opposite fence, coughing up blood from my injuries. My attacker was still stunned at the time, but I just wanted to get out. I soon got back up to climb the fence, and I got over. I limped over to my car and found a small gray satchel sitting in the front seat. I put it off to the side and drove to the hotel. I looked at what was in the satchel. It was another USB drive. When I opened the contents, I found a file called don'tlook.wmv. When I played the video, it featured me on the floor in the gas station, getting up to climb the fence. It ended the moment I climbed over. November 16th, 2011. It was finally on this day where I had an amazing shot at a tornado. I was driving my car around with my crappy camera. It was missing its brand tag. My friend had given it to me 3 years after buying it. When I caught a sight of a wall cloud. If you don't know what a wall cloud is, it's a funnel formation of clouds that form wind pressure shortly after reaching the ground and becoming a tornado. The roads were pretty clear, and the sirens alerting evacuation was sounding. I drove a nice distance and decided to take some pictures. I will put them on the screen for you. Okay, so I just got the pictures. I was so glad I could finally get some work done after what happened at the gas station. November 19th, 2011. I haven't gotten these blog updates since. I've been in the hospital for the past day. Something strange happened. Something I couldn't explain. This event happened the day before getting into the hospital. At about 8:34 at night, I thought it was time to go to bed. Since I wasn't feeling too good, my chest was feeling awful. It was hurting like hell. I was a bit scared and thought I could be developing some serious problems, so I took a painkiller and went to bed. Judging by the time, I woke up an hour later, after I went to bed. The talking next door was going on. I was sick and tired of the world and the crap it was inhabiting. I started hearing thumping the next door. I grabbed my camera and walked into the hallway. I knocked on the door, no answer, but still some talking. The voices were deep, but I could make out one particular word. Gas. I was done taking precaution, so I busted the door open. The room was pitch black, and the talking was still going strong. And I proceeded to turn on the light. As soon as the light was flicked on, I realized that no one was in the room. The voices were coming from a cassette player that was plugged in an audio rig that I couldn't recognize. The next thing I observed was the gas mask sitting on top of the minibar. My camera was shut off at the time. I left the room after crushing the cassette player and proceeded to return to my room. I opened my door, my camera flickered on immediately, but the lights in my room were off. The only thing casting light was my flat screen, and the TV flickering was static. I peeked through my camera until I was horrified with what I saw. 2 multicolored circles visible about my height along that looked like a hooded figure. He was standing there motionless, and It looked like that was the image I'd recovered on my first night. I was dumbfounded, shrouded with shock. My camera screen was dimming, but the circles just kept getting brighter, until I realized whatever this entity was, it was leeching energy from my camera. The screen went dark. I saw a translucent figure of a man off the camera. I kneeled down and lunged straight at him. Suddenly, things went black. I started feeling groggy. I opened my eyes to see this cameraman was walking over, completely ignoring me. I was propped on the other side of the room. I couldn't get up, and I couldn't breathe. The man simply picked up my camera and swept the photos and other analysis tools off my desk and walked out of the room. Once he got to the door, he simply glanced at me, then proceeded to walk out. But that was the worst part. His face. He was wearing a hood, and his eyes looked mutilated, encrusted, as they had been that way for a long time. The way he walked was the strangest. He led his walking with my camera. When he walked out, all the lights of the room strobed on. I crawled up to my phone and dialed 911, and that is how I ended up in the hospital. They reported a broken arm and lack of oxygen in my blood flow. They say that they couldn't identify why I had pains in my chest. They also informed me that there were foreign chemicals in my lungs. Tomorrow, I'm returning home. This project is too dangerous. I'm done with this. If anything goes strange, it might happen. I may update a bit more. So far, I haven't had anything strange happen, even though my chase of photos that weren't stolen are a bit of a letdown. I still have been having less paranoia over the shoulder moments, so I think it's for the best. November 29th, 2011. I've remained undisturbed for a while now. No strange activity, no nothing. Not until today. When I woke up, I was feeling horribly sick. My chest was killing me, and I was dialing 911 faster than I was coughing up blood all over the phone. But instead, I was greeted by someone else. I heard an extremely deep and intimidating voice on the other line. Here's the transcript as far as I can remember. Get out of my way. What? Who is this? Do not forget. Messages, secrets, everywhere. Stop messing with me. Who are you? Receiver. It happened quite fast, but I still feel slightly safe. I locked every single door, and I'm constantly watching my back. I have to hang in here.